Dave Ramsey is destroying advice with his terrible boomer girl dad advice that is designed to keep you a slave, perhaps even poor, and locked into a system that does not care about you. Dave Ramsey is probably the final boss in people that are here to keep you in the shackles of modernity in a postmodern world. This also applies to some extent to Caleb from Financial Audit, which we will touch on in this video as well. But I mostly want to talk about Dave Ramsey, who I consider to be one of the greatest villains in America at the moment. Welcome to the King Leo Show, everyone. I am King Leo, and today we are talking about Dave Ramsey. How's everyone doing? Before we get into it, Dave Ramsey's a boomer. And boomers give a lot of bad advice. But on this channel, we respect a lot of boomers because my proportion here, I'm going to go with the 80-20 rule. 80% of boomers don't get the world that they live in now, the world that their kids live in. But 20% do. And on this channel, we actually have a lot of boomers that are in here, and they actually do get it. So mad respect to those, that's fine. Dave Ramsey is just part of this 80% of that generation that refuse to accept the world that they live in. Okay, let's get into it. Dave Ramsey and his bad boomer advice and girl dad advice. Why am I saying that this is destroying America? And Dave Ramsey, who is Dave Ramsey? Dave Ramsey is a fake financial guru that exists on YouTube to take internet calls of people who are in bad financial situations so that he can help them out. It's really odd to see what this help entails because Dave Ramsey, and I'm not even kidding you with this, uses the Bible as his guide for how you should handle your finances in the big 2026. The Bible. That's what we're using. The Bible. Please remind me, in the time of Christ, was the Roman Empire engaged in quantitative easing, credit default swaps, credit lines? I really want to know, were they engaged in currency swaps like we just did with Argentina? Were they engaged in negative interest rates like we had just a few years ago? Were companies IPOing at $2 trillion? I don't think they were, actually. I think their coins were made out of silver and gold, and I think it was a very different time. I don't expect the men who wrote the Bible to know how to navigate this postmodern financial world. And I know in some ways you could say, oh, King Leo, the Bible is eternal. I'm sorry, are you a Muslim? Muslims believe that the Quran is literally the word of God. They had a whole debate about this called Quran. Christians, like Dave Ramsey, are supposed to understand this is the hand of man writing the word of God. There could be some mistakes or something that's not updated. This doesn't make any sense. And this phenomenon of preaching for a 1950s agrarian society, those are the values for a world where this no longer applies, is really interesting because Dave Ramsey is able to do a Baudrillardian's check-in judo mind trick where he blames you in particular for a moral failure in destroying yourself, in making your financial situation the worst that there is. And I really think that this is ridiculous because in a lot of ways, man, it is not your fault the way that things have gone. A lot of people talk about internal locus of control, that you need to be thinking about how you can make your life better. And that is true, definitely, absolutely, you should. However, you did not cause the world economy to shut down in 2020. You did not cause the financial crisis of 2008. You did not result in quantitative easing where interest rates were kept at zero during the ZERP period for about 15 years and made the economy go insane. You are not that. You are not, it is not your fault that every day that passes, your dollar is increasingly devalued. Is it your fault that you can't afford gas now because President Trump decided to bomb Iran? Is that your fault? I don't think it is. We have to recognize at a certain point that there is an external locus of control on this planet, and that any moral failure on your part can honestly be explained by outside forces at this point. The reason you can't buy a house, you can't pay it off, is not because you are a moral failure. It is because the system that exists does not allow for it, okay? This is one of my biggest gripes with Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey always gives this advice: pay off your house, own your house, own your house. First of all, I think it's ridiculous because, Dave, are we Christians? Because Christians believe in choosing the spiritual over the earthly. Why are you telling people they're a failure for not owning property? Property is not very Christian, actually. property is something else. We should be waiting for the great spiritual awakening. We are not here to be bourgeois, because this whole show is bourgeois, the Dave Ramsey show. But owning a house, why would you do that? Why? I would never advise you to own a house. I mean, if you have the capital for it, but even if you did, you know what billionaires do? None of them own houses. And if they do, it's through a mortgage. Why? Because a house is an illiquid asset. It's an illiquid asset. It's an asset that you can't sell quickly. In this postmodern world, cash is king, but not in the way that it was before. Not physical cash, not a savings account. Having it in some sort of asset that you can quickly sell and get the money out. That's appreciating. That is the way that the economy works now. That is the way that finance works now. But you're not being told that. You're being told to buy a house. Is it a good idea to buy a house in a time where zoning laws are being less restrictive, where there is a declining birth rate, where there are price cuts on houses because there is no demand anymore? Is it a good time to be buying a house? I really don't think so. I know that Dave Ramsey wants you to own one for some biblical reason, but I think that is probably bad advice. I'm not sure this is not financial advice, but I do think there's a big counter argument to whatever Dave Ramsey tells you to do. This goes also for the car. Dave Ramsey loves to tell you to pay off a car. Dave Ramsey doesn't understand that Ford and Chevy and Toyota are actually just banks at this point. They are not selling cars. They are financing. If you go to a car store, the car dealership, and try to pay cash, see how that goes for you. See what they think of that. Maybe you should be looking at a lease, actually. But I don't know. I'm not taking cues from the Bible on how to survive in the post-2008, post-2020 financial world. This is part of what makes Dave Ramsey so pernicious. All of this advice is boomer crap that is designed to keep you poor. The only reason you should own a house is so that you can continue to be a slave. So you can be on the grid, and you can be just tap dancing, I'm tap dancing so hard I have to keep up with the mortgage and the home insurance. Oh yeah, I love tap dancing. And staying in one place, and you can't move, and you're not flexible. This is ridiculous. This is another form of slavery. I don't want to sound like Tyler Durden here, man, but it is only after we have lost everything that we are free to do anything. This doesn't make any sense. Dave Ramsey gives advice that even applied maybe even in the 90s. In the 90s, if you worked your ass off in something, you could end up getting a job at some small company like an office space and end up owning a house, and that house is going to appreciate in 20 years time, and you might get rich. That doesn't apply anymore, dude. This doesn't apply. We're in the 2020s. And this is a man who has not updated his program since he's been on television. He was on television before this. Now, to continue, my other issues with Dave Ramsey, first of all, it's this one. It's this perverse voyeurism that he has created. He has created, along with Caleb from Financial Audit, which is just an updated Dave Ramsey with brighter thumbnails, this problem where everyone is struggling right now. There are very few people that are not struggling. Those are people that are incredibly wealthy, and perhaps those that are boomers that are just doing well by default because they had time to accumulate assets. Everyone else is struggling. However, just like, black people have an expression, it really be your own people. Just like that, the people who watch the Dave Ramsey show, I've noticed, are people that are just as screwed, but maybe they paid off their house and their car. But they're still living pretty not good lives. They're not living a great life, because billionaires aren't watching Dave Ramsey. Millionaires are not watching Dave Ramsey. It is people who are bourgeois, who have bourgeois values, and they want to watch people who are poor and stupid. And that is all the people that Dave Ramsey has on his show. Dave Ramsey has on people that are inarticulate, poor, and stupid. If this is even real, we don't know if it's just some master trick. Dave Ramsey invites on poor and stupid people onto the Dave Ramsey show so that other middle-class people that are getting squeezed just as much by the government, by the Federal Reserve, by international trade, can feel better about themselves over a 3-hour live show where they're listening to Dave Ramsey cry like a baby when someone says that they don't want to buy a house and they would rather enjoy their life. And he tells them that they're sinners for that. Okay. This is a particular type of person who is incredibly sick, in my opinion. I don't like seeing people suffer. I think it's ridiculous. And you may even say that the people that are calling into Dave Ramsey's show are in that situation because they put themselves in it. That's beautiful. Okay. At least Jerry Springer was funny. This isn't funny. This is just, oh my God, I'm so much better than them. Look at how poor and stupid they are. You're in the same situation, man. You're in the same situation. You're in a situation where every day your dollar gets increasingly devalued. That's the situation you're in. You are in that same situation with these people. These people perhaps are even smarter. That's the thing about the advice, why it's so bad. There are ways to survive and maybe possibly slightly, because even rich people are not thriving anymore, but at least survive in this society. But they require you to think bigger beyond the advice David Ramsey could give you. Can you figure out a Medicaid business? Can you figure out a Medicare business? If you listen to Nick Shirley, he'll tell you if only Somalians that figure out how to use the government to scam it, and that way. No, it's not. Jeff Bezos lives off the government. Elon Musk lives off the government. The biggest welfare queens in the world are these tech guys. They are these industrialists. They're all welfare queens. The only people who are not welfare queens are the bourgeois middle class of this country, of America. That's it. Elon Musk's whole companies exist off of subsidies from the government. He has never invented anything. He really has not. I'm telling you, he has. Maybe Zip was the last thing he invented. He's never invented anything. Everything else has been a government subsidy scam. And that's fine. So figure something else like that. But I'm going to pay off my car. I'm going to pay off my student loan. And I'm going to go work at the factory. Okay, yeah, dude. And Detroit is doing great right now too, right? Which takes me to my final point, which is the one that really shows you that this script has not been updated of Dave Ramsey, which is the girl dad symptom. Dave Ramsey is a girl dad. And I have issues with this kind of identity like girl dad and boy mom. But the girl dad is truly an insufferable character because the girl dad preserves the standards of the 19th century regarding women that no longer apply. And I say this as someone who's a feminist. As I often say on this channel, I am transgender, so how could I be not a feminist? The girl dad is sitting here, Dave Ramsey, I heard this call last week. A woman called into his show and said that she wants to get married to her husband, but he told her she has to pay off her student loans before they get married. And he is funding her whole lifestyle. She's living at his house. He's paying for the groceries. He's paying for everything so that she can work and pay off her student loans. And Dave Ramsey's told her, you're a princess, doll. You're a princess. A princess don't deserve to be treated like that. You're a princess. No, you break up with that man. Her husband, if I'm not mistaken, she said was making $300,000 a year. Do you know what percentage of men make $300,000 a year? It's less than 1%. And he's telling this woman to break up with her husband, who is giving her the opportunity to pay off non-dischargeable debt. That's another thing. They're living in sin. They're living in sin. Yeah, Dave Ramsey, like everyone's getting married these days, just like the 50s. They're living in sin. He's giving her the opportunity to pay off non-dischargeable debt. She's annoyed by it for some reason. If she were calling into here, her name was Haley. Haley, if you're listening, you should think cynically, actually. And even if you get divorced after you get married, this man has allowed you to pay off your debt that is non-dischargeable. You can't get rid of this in bankruptcy. I'm not going to sit here and tell you you're a princess. Haley, you're probably fat and stupid. That's probably the reality, and that's fine. And your husband's probably some sort of gay nerd, and that's okay. But you have to take the opportunities that are presented to you in life. And that is the opportunity. You are not a princess. It is the 21st century. I believe in equal rights for women. Women make up a majority of the legal field. They make up a majority of the education field. They make up a majority of the nursing field. They are 5% of Fortune 500 companies. That is a big number. Women are here to stay. The future is female. They told you that, and it is true. So when Dave Ramsey gives women advice from the 18th century, he might as well be telling you to ask your wife where her corset is. Because if Dave Ramsey were really preaching these values, he would have told this woman, Mrs., you should have not gone to college. You should have got married straight out of high school, and you should have got barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen, because that is what a woman's role is. It says it right here. Thucydides, episode 3, number 4 in the Bible. Right here, it says, woman will be ignorant in the kitchen cooking. It says it right here, miss. You got to look at it here. It's your fault that you got these student loans. That would be the actual advice, because Dave Ramsey, this boomer girl dad thing is to give women advice that was valid 200 years ago now. And all it does is it makes men and women resent each other even more, which is already a problem. It makes the generations resent each other even more, which is already a problem. It does not allow us to move forward. Dave Ramsey, if you wanted to make a weapon to make America dysfunctional and angry, you could not have made something more perfect than Dave Ramsey. I'm pretty sure Dave Ramsey allegedly works for the Chinese government. If I were the Chinese government, I wanted to sow discord in the United States, I would hire Dave Ramsey to give out retarded advice like this. Dave Ramsey is the Jerry Springer for the bourgeois. Jerry Springer was at least fun, and everyone could watch it. This is just for bourgeois, stupid people that think they're getting ahead because they paid off their house, which they can't sell anymore because no one is buying because everyone is broke. People that don't understand that quantitative easing changed the whole game and it's never going to stop. People don't understand that in 2020 they shut down the whole country and world economy and decided to borrow against the future. That is who you're taking advice from a guy who is not taking any of this into account and telling the young ladies to go put on a corset, go to the ball, and find yourself a millionaire after you get yourself your corporate job. And young man, make sure you toil in the welding field so you can make sure your young lady does well. It's ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous. It is antiquated, stupid advice. And the sooner you stop listening to Dave Ramsey, don't even fight him back. Literally ignore this guy. This guy is a retard. He is going to hurt your life if you listen to him. So that's what I have to say about Dave Ramsey. Let me know what you think in the comments. Has Dave Ramsey improved your life? Do you plan on buying a house in the next year at a 5% rate? Maybe even 6? Maybe even 7? I don't know. Let me know if you think that's a good financial decision. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments. And join us on our Patreon. Link is in the description. See you guys there.